Hello, every nyan. How are you? I am fine, thank you. Today I want to talk about how I need to see a monk. And here's how it's going to go when I do see the monk. I'm going to show up to the monastery and I'm going to say, "Hey, Mr. Monk, it's me. I'm here to see you. I'm at the monastery and I'm here to see you." And the monk's going to go, "What are you doing here?" "Oh," because the monk's scared of my aura the minute I walk in because I have a lot of aura, as you can see. And the monk's going to go, "This person has way too much aura. This person has way too much aura. What do I do?" Obviously, as the person with aura, I calm the monk down. I say, hey buddy, calm down. I'm here to see you. You're the important person here." This calms the monk down. Already, I've monk-mogged him. I've monk-mogged him because I was calmer than the monk. But that's besides the point. Monk-mogging is not the important thing here. The important thing here is that I'm here to see him. Why am I here to see him, you ask? I have too many goals and aspirations. Too many goals and aspirations that will not happen. So I need to calm this monk down and I need to say, "Hey, Mr. Monk, tell me, how do I get rid of some of my goals and aspirations?" That's the whole point of being a monk, right? Is thinking like, how do I let go of my worldly possessions? And that includes some dreams and ambitions, which I have. I have many. So I'm going to be like, "Hello, Mr. Monk. Here I am with my dreams and ambitions. Please tell me, how do I get rid of these? How do I fix this?" Mr. Monk is going to go, "Well, there's some things you can do." And he's going to tell me some of his secrets, some of his monk secrets. Now, he's not going to tell me the most important monk secrets because those are heavily guarded by the monk society. And I'm going to be like, "Okay, Mr. Monk, this is okay. You're telling me some useful stuff, but I need more. And this is the first problem. I need more." That's bad. The monk is instantly going to be on the defensive. He's going to be going, "You need more? You cannot be a monk. Monks need nothing." He's monk-mogged me. Fuck. So I'm going to be like, okay, this is bad. I've been monk-mogged. I need to monk-mog him. So what am I going to do? Of course, I'm going to drop-kick him. I'm going to drop-kick the little fuck. This literal professional monk thinks he can monk-mog me? Me? I think not. So I'm going to drop-kick the monk. This is going to make the monk panic. Meanwhile, stone-faced, poker-faced. I'll give you a preview. Calm. This monk is going to be like, What? How do I deal with this? He doesn't know. He's unsure. He would be dead if I was feeling it. However, I'm not. I still need his monk secrets. So, instead of killing the monk, I go, okay, I understand this is a bit spooky, a bit scary for you because you're just a little monk and you don't know what's going on, right? You don't understand the machinations of the world, the machinations of my world. So I'll say, you know what? I'll give you a little insight into the real world, Mr. Monk, if you tell me some of the monk secrets. This gets me one step closer. Instantly, this monk is on the defensive. He's like, okay, I have to tell some of my secrets because otherwise I'm not going to know how the world works. That's how you do it. That's how you do business with a monk. So, of course, I tell him a little thing about the world works. I say, you know when you go to Tesco's and someone is stood in the line in front of you and their trousers are like halfway down their ankles, right? And you're looking at them and you're thinking, how can you walk around like that? How is that fashion? And the monk's going, yes, I have experienced this, yes. And I'm going to be saying, I'll tell you a little secret. They think it's attractive. And the monk's going to be like, what? They think that's attractive? And I'm like, yes, monk. You're fashion mogging them in your monk robes. And this monk's going to be like, what? Absolutely crazy. This monk's going to be like, I can't believe this. So, of course, the monk's going to, have a little think to himself. He's going to have a little think and he's going to go, I'll tell you a monk secret. And the monk secret he's going to choose to tell me is where they keep the monk vault, which has all the other monk secrets, right? Because he knows deep down that I could be the head monk on a little test. And he knows, well, if I tell the head monk where the monk vault is, that's good for all monk society because the head monk should know where the monk vault is, but of course the head monk doesn't. Now, little does the monk know, I'm not the head monk. I just want his secrets. So, He tells me where the monk vault is. Of course, upon knowing where the monk vault is, I'm going to take a track. I'm going to take a track to the monk vault. So I'm going to hop on a bus, because there's a bus. There's a bus to everywhere. There's a bus to the monk vault. I'm going to hop on a bus. It's probably going to be late, unfortunately for me, but I think that's okay. Ultimately, I think it's okay if the bus is a little bit late, because you know how it is. Sometimes the monk bus is a bit late. Anyway, I get on the monk bus, and then it drives. You know what I mean? That's the sound buses make. It drives and it drops me off at a secluded location in the forest. I'm looking around. I don't see anyone. No monks. Am I in the right place? Unsure, I do the famous monk whistle. I'm not going to make the noise because I can't do it. But I have a gadget that can. You know those little wooden boxes that have a skull on them and you blow into it? One of those. That's the famous monk whistle. They tell you it's a death whistle. It's not. It's a monk whistle. So anyway, I'm going to blow on the famous monk whistle. This is going to alert any monks in the area that there's a monk approaching. They're going to come out from the trees. Bosh, that's the first monk down. Whack, that's the second monk down. I've boshed one in the head and I've kicked one in the stomach. They're both lying on their ground. I tower over them, the big majesty that I am, and I say, "Hey monks, I'm here for your monk vault." They look panicked. We cannot let this civvy, because that's what monks call civilians, we cannot let this civvy get to our monk vault. And I'm like, well, too late. I take off their robes, because this is Hitman now, and I hide them in the bush, unconscious. I put on their robes and I walk out. Every monk is looking at me. They're thinking, this person looks like they could be a monk. You may be wondering, how am I a monk if I've not shaved my hair? And that's the thing. That's the thing you weren't aware of. I'm wearing a leaf crown. And what I've done is I've taken my hair like this, and I've tucked it behind my head, and I've got a leaf crown. So now it looks like I could be bald, because it's covered in leaves. And they're like, oh my god, this monk has made new monk fashion. The leaf crown, we've got to get on this. They all drop to their knees and start picking up leaves to try and make a leaf crown. Little do they know, I used glue. They're never going to make one. So I walk past all the monks that are distracted trying to make a leaf crown, and I see it, the big vault door. Now, this isn't any old vault door. Remember, this is the monk vault. That's what you got to think about. So I'm looking at it, and it's got this little, inscription on it, and it says, "We are monks. We know peace." And I'm like, these monks know peace, hey? Suddenly, music starts blaring from inside of my trouser pocket. That's right, I'm wearing trousers underneath the robes, so that I've got pockets. It's my phone, and it's ringing. What's the ringtone? Nothing but Persona 3 disturbing the peace. Holy peak. Little do the monks know, that's the secret to getting into the monk tomb without the real riddle. It says, we know peace, so if I disturb the peace, the door crumbles. Like that, the door's gone. I'm in the monk vault. Inside is a skeleton, and he's sat like this. He's sat like that. And he has got, under this part here, the hilt of a sword. Monk sword? I need that. I take it. The monks behind me start filing in. They go, "Excuse me, monk. Excuse me, monk. What are you doing with the monk sword?" I slice one of their heads off. The other monks panic. What do? This random civvy has disguised as a monk and gotten into the monk vault, and now they're killing us with the monk sword. What do we do? Of course, I say, do not worry, brothers. Do not worry, brother monks. That was simply a test. This monk was a betrayer. They look at the monk, not bald. After cutting this monk's head off, when they weren't looking, I put a wig on it. The monks bow to me. "I apologize, monk. We thought you were an intruder." We thought you were an intruder. Of course, now they think I'm one of them. They lug off the dead body of the fake monk, and they put it in a shallow grave, and they go back to guarding. I look in the monk tombs, I look in the monk vaults. I find what I'm looking for. The answer to inner peace. Part of it says giving up your worldly possessions. I don't wish to do that, so I shred that page. The rest of it is talking about thoughts. I read it. I understand it. I find peace. I leave the monk vault anew. The monks outside, they look to me. I'm glowing. I'm radiant. They say, "Is it you? Are you the enlightened one?" I say, "Brother monks, please." I simply figured it all out. They go, "Figured out what?" I say, "Yeah," and I leave. I head back to my home, my humble abode, and I sit here and I start making a video. And I say, "Hey guys, I need to see a monk." Now, you'd think that's what's happened, but no. At the start of this, I said, here's how it's going to go down. And that's because it hasn't gone down yet, but that's how I imagine it will. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This was just a simple look into what I need to do and what I've been thinking about recently, and the fact that, quite frankly, I need to see a monk. Thank you, and good night.